Welcome back to Tales from the Vault. These are judicial court cases, stories, articles, and events that have shaped our world. Up next, we have Brown versus the Board of Education. Let's get into it. You first have to reference Plessy versus Ferguson. This was a case in 1890. Homer Plessy was a mixed race man who passed as white. He was wanting to challenge segregationist laws as it relates to the 14th Amendment, equal protection under the law. So he was looking for a little fight here. So what he did was he purchased a first class train ticket, boarded the train, and told the train conductor, I am 1/8 African American. The train conductor said, you need to get out and go in the back with the rest of the blacks. He refused and was arrested. Homer Plessy sued the judge, claiming that his 14th Amendment rights for equal protection under the law had been violated. The case went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled unanimously that public facilities could be separate as long as they are equal. Hence the case separate but equal. Segregationist laws spread it throughout the South and were referred to as Jim Crow laws. The reason I talk about or speak about Plessy versus Ferguson as it set a precedent, and a precedent is a standard to guide future cases. Plessy versus Ferguson was in 1890. This is only 25 years after the Civil War. Fast forward 60 years from 1890, we're in 1954, Topeka, Kansas. A little 7-year-old black girl named Linda Brown was forced to go to an all-black elementary school that was across the city, despite the fact that she lived a block away from an all-white elementary school. The reason why this made headlines is because it was not in the South. It was in Topeka, Kansas. The courts recognized that this was not just a Southern problem. This is a United States problem. This case went all the way again to the Supreme Court. And this is what is interesting. So the Supreme Court unanimously voted that segregating schools based on race in itself created an unequal situation. Therefore, it was unconstitutional against the 14th Amendment equal protection under the law. This case overturned Plessy versus Ferguson and opened up the door for anti-segregation activities nationwide and specifically throughout the South. So Brown versus the Board of Education, Linda Brown, a 7-year-old black girl, this case was the spark that overturned Plessy versus Ferguson, and it opened up the doorway to end segregation as a whole. I hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next.